I remember you did an interview, I think it was with Billboard magazine.
Yeah.
And you talked about, you know, kind of the world that we live in right now, where, you know, in the Instagram age, where you have girls that get a lot of plastic surgery and, you know, really try to create this image of beauty that isn't really attainable in
Right.
real life.
Right.
And you know, talk about that a little bit.
Okay. I just have a point of view on believing first and foremost, you know, just confidence in yourself, because that's just what's going to take you the furthest. But I'm not against plastic surgery, and I'm not against what people want to do with their free will. My only thing with it is just, you know, do it for you, not for what, you know, your peers look like or what you may think that's more acceptable, in that demeaning yourself. That's the only thing that I was wanting to preach to the young girls. Was I know that Instagram and Twitter and everything, it's a lot more social media going on now these days, in the era that I grew up in. So I know firsthand what it's like to be like, oh, you know, these people look absolutely perfect, and sometimes you don't feel that way, especially being a teenage girl. So I'm just preaching to the choir of just confidence and, you know, just being comfortable in your own skin. Before you alter anything, that's what it's about. Absolutely, go for it. You know, that's how I feel. But let it be for your own decision, not because of what you think you lack of.
Well, you talk about you don't have some of the same assets that some
Yeah,
of the girls on Instagram
I don't.
have.
It's okay.
Well, you know, when you talk about assets,
Yeah.
you know, the one thing, you know, that's going on these days, and, you know, you touched on plastic surgery.
Right.
But what's really happening these days is that a lot of girls are actually doing like butt shots, which are illegal. They're not FDA approved.
Oh,
And,
really? I didn't
you
know that.
We reported. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. So when it comes to the butt, there's a few different ways to do it. There is implants. I mean, just like breast implants.
Okay.
You know, we actually did a film of a girl. We actually filmed a girl going through one of these surgeries where she actually got silicone implants
Oh,
in
wow.
her butt.
Okay.
That's one way to do it. There's fat transfer, where they take a certain, you know, fat from your stomach or your arms or
Right.
wherever, and they put it in your butt.
Right.
And they kind of, you know, form it up and try to make it look like, you know, like your butt is bigger. But the most popular way to do it is the shots.
Okay.
And shots are not FDA approved.
Oh,
And
okay.
they're done in motel rooms. They're done, you know, in the back of strip clubs, whatever else. And there's been a bunch of cases where girls have died. There was like, we just reported, you know, I know of at least 4 or 5 cases where girls
Right.
have literally died.
Yeah.
You know, we had another case where a girl lost her arms and legs from an infection. So, you know, why do you think that so many girls are risking their lives, literally, in order to look a certain type of way?
I think it's something that's just, I think, human nature, wanting what you don't have. That's with everything. But honestly, I do think there's more of an impact now because social media, and just because of what's in and what guys like, or what, you know, what popular girls look like, or what, you know, more girls that are getting the most attention in hip-hop culture. These kind of things really do influence teenage girls and females in general. So it's, yeah, like you said, people are dying from it, so that's not okay at all. It's really not that serious. And just to be more comfortable with yourself is all you need. If you want to go get a Botox, that's fine to me, you know, if that's what you want to do. My thing is just being more comfortable with yourself in the first place. Yeah, I talked about not having assets and being okay with it, so I'm cool. I'm okay.
Yeah, my cousins, they were avid watchers in porn and had saw me on MILF Hunters.
Okay.
They saw me on MILF Hunters, and they went out and actually bought a movie and took it to my grandmother.
you're the only person, one of the few people that looks like you. In my case, one of the only ones that was light skinned. Our family was light. Therefore, when we go to our village, and when I actually buried my father, I had to bury him. I had to bring a lot of AK-47s.